Today we are discussing about the gas welding. When a combination of oxygen and acetylene is used in correct proportion to produce an intense gas flame, the process is known Oxy Acetylene Gas Welding. As the name implies, in gas welding, also called the oxy-fuel gas welding, derives the heat from the combustion of a fuel gas such as acetylene in combination with oxygen. The process in a fusion welding, this process is an fusion welding process, where is the jointly is completely melted to obtain the fusion. The heat produced by the combustion of gas is sufficient to melt any metal as such in universal applicable. These are the gas welding equipment. First of all, we are using the gas cylinder. There are two types of gas cylinders are there. One is one is carrying the oxygen and another one is the carrying the acetylene. Not only the acetylene is the only gas which can be mixed up with the oxygen. There are several type of gas can mixed with the oxygen during gas welding. We are using acetylene, propane, methyl acetylene, hydrogen and natural gas. These gas choosing depending on the flame temperature. The most commonly we are use the acetylene because this acetylene can be generated the flame temperature up to 3100 degrees centigrade. If we choose the propylene, they can be generated 2500 degrees centigrade temperature. If we choose the propane, propane can be generated the 2450 degrees centigrade temperature. If we choose the methyl acetylene, it can be generated the 2927 degrees centigrade. If we choose the hydrogen, hydrogen should be generated 2390 degrees centigrade. If we choose the natural gas, it should be generated the 2350 degrees centigrade. The oxygen requirement for various fuel gas, assuming complete combustion, is presented in all of them. In all the oxy-fuel gas welding process, the combustion takes place in two stages. First, reaction takes place when the fuel gas, such as acetylene and oxygen mixture, burns releases intense heat. This is present as a small white cone, depending on the different type of flame. Now we are using the regulator. Okay, why the regulator should be required? Am I audible now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Regulator, the working pressure of oxygen 1 kg per cm square. Working pressure of acetylene 0.15 kg per cm square. Working pressure of varies depends upon the thickness of the workpieces to which we welded. Next, the equipment is the pressure gauge, hose, welding torch, check valve, and non-return valve. There are several equipment which can be used in the gas welding. Now we are discuss about the different advantages of gas welding. What are the advantages? It is portable and most versatile process, better control over the temperature, suitable to weld dissimilar metal, and as well as low cost maintenance. These five are the most important advantages of gas welding process. And what are the disadvantages? The disadvantages are It is not suitable for heavy section, less working temperature of gas flame, and slow rate of heating. These three are the main important disadvantages of gas welding process. Now, one of the important mixture which can be used in the gas welding, that is oxy acetylene gas welding. A typical oxy acetylene welding output shown as in your slides, which contains the supply unit of oxygen and acetylene with associated regulator with the torch, which mixture the two gases before they are ignited. The oxygen is normally stored in a strong cylinder at a pressure rating ranging from 13.8 MPa to 18.2 MPa. Acetylene is normally made of available fluid following the two forms: acetylene storage cylinder and acetylene generator. Free acetylene is highly explosive. If stored at a pressure more than 200 kilopascal, where it becomes very unstable and likely to explode. Hence, the acetylene needs to be carefully stored in a strong cylinder filled with 80 to 85% porous material such as calcium silicate, and then filled with the acetone, which can be absorbed up to 420 times its volume of acetylene at per pressure of 1.75 MPa. It is expected that the acetylene molecules fit in between the acetone molecules. This helps in strong acetylene at a much higher pressure than permitted when it is in free form. Acetylene would be released from acetone at a slow rate and thus would not form any pockets of high pressure acetylene. The rate of release depends on the temperature of gas. Hence, the rate of consumption of acetylene should be under the rate of release, which is normally about the seventh of the capacity of the cylinder per hour. However, if the acetylene is drawn at a rapid rate, acetone may also come out along with the acetylene. The presence of acetone in the flame would give it a purple color, and it is not desirable since it reduces the flame temperature. It is also possible to have an acetylene generator in the place of acetylene cylinder. Acetylene is normally produced by a reaction between calcium carbide and water which instantaneously happened. Okay, these are the main concept of the oxyacetylene gas welding, and there are several setups are there: oxyhydrogen welding, oxypropane welding, etc., etc. Most of the gas welding is used in your industrial segment for an gas cutting. For cutting metallic plate, general purpose shear are used. These are useful only the straight line cuts and also cut up to thickness 40 mm. For thicker plate, when the cut is to be made along a specified contour, shearing cannot be used. To this end, oxyfuel gas weld cutting is useful. With oxyfuel cutting, plate up to a thickness at a high as 2 meter can be cut with special precaution or method.